Hello everybody, welcome to the video. My name is Owen Fox. I'm going to wait for some people to join in so I can start talking about the real stuff. So anyway, in this video I want to welcome you all, and I want to talk about human dependency and codependency actually, in the positive, realistic, grounded way that it exists. Hi Katie. Hey Anderson Williams. Woo! Katie, no Rocky. But a lot of the spiritual teachings are sort of like old or incorrect, and they're not really helping anymore. For example, what springs to mind is the Buddha talking about desire, when heartfelt desires and wishes is the driving force of creation. And it can either come from ego, or which is perfectly beautiful too, or it can come from a more egoless, or should I say, a more mature ego place. So there's teachings going on about a man is an island, okay? Like, we shouldn't need anybody, we should live in a sense of detachment. Thanks, nice to see you, Anderson. Live, you like me live, eh? So, what I want to say is, as humans, we are part of a group generally. We do depend, and we need things like a sense of community, a sense of belongingness, a sense of familyhood or togetherness. We need a tribe. So, when I've seen this, and I've even done this, when you try to live your life as if you're a rock, and as if you're emotionally independent from other people's opinions, independent of other people's approval, independent of other people's behavior, and that leads to suppression and denial and not understanding your own self. Really, what people do or don't do affects us emotionally. It has an effect on us emotionally, and as humans we are sort of like, we need certain things, such as we need all the physical survival things, okay, like food, air and water. Okay, we need basic sustenance, a home and shelter and security. We need all of those things. And when people don't get their needs met, they suffer. We also have relational and social needs. We need a certain degree of human interaction. And everyone's different. For example, empaths and highly sensitive people, they need less human interaction, socializing. Whereas an extrovert, they need more interaction. But even regardless of extrovert, introvert, we need a sense of feeling loved. We need support. We need encouragement, because life is difficult, everyone. Getting back to the roots of what life is. Life is a soul's trip. It's the trip of God or Source or the universe. So we come here as an aspect of Source, like a wave in the ocean. And we have soul contracts, and we have agreements which will act out. And nearly all of us forget our past lifetimes and where we come from in our true essence of spirit. So, as a result, this is a deliberate action, so we can have a very deep, almost overwhelming, but beautiful and rich life here on Earth, or wherever we are in the cosmos. So it's meant to be rich, and it's meant to feel extremely real. So some people call it Maya, illusion, or the Matrix. So in a way, it's like a holographic game. And the internet and games are like a game within a game. But so in our contracts, we hurt each other, and part of this is to learn stuff like compassion, forgiveness, growth, learning how to be more negatively or immaturely egoically attached, to learn to be more maturely independent and empowered. So there's nothing wrong with the ego, everyone. Like, look at that. See that? This is like when you see a baby little daisy, that's like the ego. When it starts to grow up and the plant gets bigger, that's like the more mature ego. So I'm happy to say I am, and everybody is, a mixture of mature or immature, maturing egos. We're like a little tree and we're growing up. So when somebody what we happen in life, everybody, is we have traumas and loss. That's like the main key growth factors. We have loss of our needs. We also have a boundary violation of our needs. So for example, abuse, various forms of abuse or violence or aggression. We feel not loved and we aren't loved. Okay? So all this is like proper. It's like meant to happen to us, and we deliberately forget what all this means on a deeper level. It's like you can't learn when you know everything already to begin with. That's intellectual learning, but you can't experience if you remember the same experience before. You can experience it again, but it's not the same as experiencing it for like the first original time. So as souls, we forget our memories, so we can have an original experience. Now, we have a loss of health also. We have loss of people's lives that we love. We have loss of relationships, or loss of people who we love, as I said, but yeah. So loss of loved ones and loss of relationships as well. And this hurts. And that's okay. So we learn the lessons. And the reason why I'm talking about all of this is because part of learning lessons and going through life, part of coping with grief, loss, illness, trauma, abuse, loss, or violations, is to have support. Having a supportive tribe, a family, parents or loved ones or friends. Hey Greg, thanks. Hi everybody, welcome again everyone watching, you know. So I want to ground in this video. That's my intention, to ground spirituality. So we don't act like a fairy in the clouds and pretend we can handle everything on our own, because the truth is we aren't good at everything and we can't handle everything on our own. We need the wisdom, experience, love and support and insight of other people to help us in our miseries, our suffering, our pain and our traumas, okay? So in my life I've had 2 months and 10 days pretty heavy, well not like, you know, heavy and medium level feeling of emotional detox, which is completely related to my childhood up to the age of 20 or so. So this stuff was still in me, stuffed, and I needed a loss. I needed an unexpected traumatic event to trigger me to get this to surface. So I'm just like in the library garden at the moment. So in this soul contract, I'm grateful for the person who helped to surface my wounds for healing. So I'm grateful, but at the same time we also can experience many other feelings like sadness, upset, rejection, abandonment, fear, anxiety, uncertainty, and fluctuating emotions. And I just want to say that's all part and parcel of life. So we can learn as we mature to try and accept our feelings, you know, instead of living from a place of resistance and judgment and criticism on life, God, you know, source. But when we learn to see through the physical eyes, the spiritual eyes, I mean, we can see the greater meaning in things and events and losses. Yeah, so Tinami Rose Ecliptic just says, I'm realizing how I've experienced this. Great work and bringing clarity. Hi Tinami. Thanks Carla for the hugs. So what I want to say is, like, just me now connecting with you, everyone, okay? I'm like humble and I'm a receptive adult, human spirit and a child. Like, we all have our inner child, and our inner child needs love and nurturing. And we all carry the past from us unless we get to feel it and process it as an adult. Because as children growing up in this world, we're like brave adventurer souls coming to earth at this time, you know. So we've all had traumas. So unless we get to re-feel and re-heal, we will carry our traumas, and they will subconsciously or consciously affect our lives tremendously. So for this purpose, everyone, we should have an open receptivity to feeling pain in the future, hurt and loss. And we should even have a sense of love and gratitude and patience for our perpetrators, or the people who act from a place of unhealedness themselves. Because they aren't perfect, you know. You have some of these they in your life. They did this. They were the worst. They were worse than me. They were more unconscious. They caused most of the trouble. Yes. I've been there, and I'm still like progressing out of there. So we need to learn how to open up towards them, and also learn how to love and protect ourselves and to have boundaries that are healthy, so we do not get trodden by people. So the trick is to have an open heart and love and compassion and deeper understanding for events, while looking after yourself energetically and looking after your needs and having healthy boundaries. So the people who you love and have compassion for, you do not let them be abusive to you, okay? So that's very, 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 very important. Secondly, we also have to know, everyone, that we are guided by our guides, angels, guardian angels, and archangels. A lovely little fly on my arm. So when we have learned to grow and mature in all of this stuff, and we learn how to cry and to accept different emotions such as anger, pain, hurt and rejection, we're able to cope more, especially with the love and support of other people. And this leads to having less addictive tendencies and addictive unhealthy habits and coping mechanisms. So it's a journey and it's a process. We don't become just perfectly enlightened overnight. It's a gradual maturing, like the growth of a tree, a lovely sapling, into a big tree reaching high into the sky. And just like this garden, everybody, it's a functional system of interdependent beings and creatures. So humans are all working together. We're in this boat together. We have strong points and weak points, and it's good to learn and listen from others and seek help from other people, so they can help us and that we can help them. What about nutrition? Yeah. I'll talk about that in another video, I think. Well, that's a complicated big subject. Yeah, people are closed off. Yeah, exactly. Like people, we all have different things that we're closed to. Everybody, we're resistant, and that's okay. And what I want to suggest is consider learning to understand people where they are at and where we are at, because if ever I talk about somebody else, I want to talk about myself too. Because if I talk about accepting people where they are at, because we're all like souls and we're all at a particular place in our journey, and everybody's journey is different. So what one person's journey is for them, you ain't going to have the same journey in this lifetime. So it's futile and disturbing for everybody if we try and force another person to agree with us or believe in the same things we believe in, or to do what we do, to see things from our perspective. So the trick is to learn to listen to other people and to be a humble, receptive learner. Don't be an intrusive, forceful, authoritative figure. So we have to learn how to love and have compassion for where everybody is at, including ourselves. So for everyone's so-called imperfection or shortcomings or wounded behavior, their unconsciousness, our unconsciousness, because I never want to talk about their unconsciousness without talking about my unconsciousness, because I'm the same as everybody. When you can have a sense of compassion for everybody because we're all the same, that's when you'll have far more peace in your life. Yeah. So we don't have to do anything, but we can, as we mature, learn how to have deeper empathy and to see things through the eyes and this heart and the physical body and the emotions of another person. And this will give us peace. Just give up the struggle. Give up the struggle and the resistance to try and force people how to change, or that change the way you see it, like a dictator, eh? We can all be dictators. It's like, see things the way I want you to see them. Yeah, it's funny how we're all like this, everybody. And Faye says, yeah, Tony says it starts with us. John says, perfect, thank you very much. Faye says it never works if we try and force other people. Yeah. Yeah, so I want us to embrace our interdependency and interconnection to everybody. So to be a human, to be vulnerable, allow yourself to be vulnerable and needy in certain ways. Not in a very miserable, desperate, depressed type of mode of living, but just know that you need things, and you need things from others as well, and that's okay. So I think that's does anybody else have any questions maybe? I think that's more or less what I just wanted to say. I think you get the gist of what I want to say. Just humbleness, openness, receptivity, allowance. And acceptance and allowance never means do nothing. It just means you do something from a place of acceptance and allowance of the past and the present. And you go forward from a place of non-resistance and with a more open heart towards other people. That's all. Acceptance is an energy shift in you. It's not a place of no action. And sometimes the best thing to do is take the action of walking away and being quiet also. But it's all about the energy shift, the heart and the energy shift. Everything I'm talking about is just all an energy shift. All an energy shift. When we open up to asking for help or to seeking something from another human being, and we know that's okay, we also give them the gift of being able to be of service and to contribute. And everyone has a need to be of service and to contribute. So we can be the person to meet their need of being the recipient of somebody they help. Ali, you missed a lot. It's near the end of the video, man. But this will be up on YouTube in another week or two. It's been a pleasure to share, to talk, everybody. So thanks for meeting my need to be listened to be heard, and to be held a space for me to express myself. I've the need to express also. We all do. So don't be afraid to use your voice, everybody. And as a lovely life coach says, Iyanla, unless you can feel and talk about your pain, you won't be able to generally let it go. You have to be, it has to be. So if ever you feel very nervous or triggered, very emotional about something, that's just a simple sign. Generally, there's something to be integrated and healed. So welcome our triggers, welcome triggering people, welcome pain and hurt, and welcome emotions. So anger teaches us often to have boundaries, to protect ourselves. It tells us we've neglected our own need for boundaries, you know? So, yeah. Loving everyone doesn't mean you become everyone's best friend, because some people are in an immature, ego, destructive place, and they'll harm you and take advantage of you. So, yeah. So I want to end this video by saying, everyone, we're all in this boat together. We're all equal. We may as well all be each other's friends at heart or in spirit. We may as well, because we all suffer. Any emotion or pain that you have in your life right now, or in the past, or in the future, you can be guaranteed in the past and in the future and right now. There are countless other people experiencing basically exactly the same. So, if we can breathe into our heart and ask for love and guidance and help and protection and healing for everybody, including ourselves, everybody, including all the other people experiencing the same stuff, it can help us to open and to heal and to let go ourselves. So pray for everybody. Pray not just for yourself, but pray for everybody. Pray for yourself. Thank your guides every day. This is a system. We're not alone in this system. There's a physical system of life, physical earth, and then there's a spiritual system of the spirit guides, angels, archangels, and guardian angels, and other loving beings in non-physical form. They are rooting for us. They're helping us. They love us. We're cared for in physical and spiritual. So never think you're alone, everyone. You're not alone. So just have patience, and in time things will clarify. I'm going through a bit of a challenge in my life. But I have a few different things causing me uncertainty and a degree of stress sometimes, and a degree of being burdened, like pressure. I have to do things, a number of different things as like an adult man, business and personal stuff. But what I do is I recognize what I just said, that we're loved and guided, and that they're out for our highest good, our evolution, our growth. But secondly, I also will know that in another 2 months, or 3 months or less, things are going to be far clearer than they are now. We're part of the system. They're rooting for us. Yes. So know that a lot of your problems or challenges or growth opportunities, they will pass in time. So don't look to close your eyes and put your head in the sand for the next few months or longer, or weeks or days, but just go with it, roll with it, and know you're loved, and help yourself in the meantime, and also help others in the meantime, and this will help to pass your challenging times. But no, time can be a great healer, and so can space. So if you have troubles with people, know that time and space can afford an opportunity for clarification. For clarification of your issues and challenges, and for growth and healing to happen for everybody. So just pray, trust, and ask help from your guides and angels. And just even say hi to the guides or angels of the other people who you're having a trouble with. Ask for grace, and pray for grace. And I believe in grace. And one of my friends who I love and adore says, grace abounds. Grace abounds, everybody. We're not the victims of life. We aren't. We're the beneficiaries. And it seems wild and extreme to say that during the conflicts and the deaths and the losses. Whew. But on a spiritual perspective, things are okay. And things are okay. And I'm sorry to say that if that's hurtful to anybody. I'm not trying to paint over any hurt or pain or loss. Yeah, I don't know. Life is a trip. For me, one of my favorite things is to know I'm not alone, and I'm loved and supported and guided. And I want you to have a better life. Because we're all in this boat together. Like, I could be you, you could be me. So we may as well be kind. Try and be generous, so, as best as you can. When you die and pass on, you're not going to be remembering the pennies you saved in your pocket. You're going to be remembering true, heartfelt, open love. In whatever form those touching little moments of love came in. It's the little moments of love and openness and stepping beyond your comfort zones in love. That's what near-death experiencers say, everybody. It's not all the nitty-gritty. It's not all the little... It's not the drama. And I honour drama, by the way, 100%. I love and honour drama. Big time. If we call drama a drama as if we're belittling somebody, that's like insulting your baby, your child, for not being more mature. Would you criticise, insult, laugh or joke about your 4-year-old or 6-year-old baby, like your child, because they were less developed? No way. So when we talk about other people, I'd really like everybody to talk more in a sense of honour and love and gratitude and respect. Yeah, so do try and contribute to society in some way or another. Could be just from making YouTube stuff, or like Facebook posts, or clearing the litter, or smiling at somebody. It could be gardening. Could be being kind to people in the shop when you do your shopping. Or it could be, learning to love the people close to you better. We all have a need for self-growth, and in the Maslow's hierarchy of needs pyramid, like spiritual and self-growth is at the top of the pyramid of needs. At the bottom is like the basic, simple survival stuff like air, shelter and food. So this is a happy message for me to share. I'm really happy sharing this video, everybody. I can't thank you enough for being here to listen. I was going to say something. Mind's gone blank. That's okay. So, yeah, we're all going to make mistakes is what I wanted to say. So, forgive others and yourself for making mistakes, because if you were them, you'd do the exact same thing. And for me, that's helped me to have compassion in life. Because usually we have this like subconscious judgment as if someone's like bad or wrong or flawed or lacking something, or they're just bad. Let's say it again. We feel they're bad. They're wrong. They shouldn't be doing that. They shouldn't be acting that way. They're crazy. They're lunatics. They're insane. Have you ever felt this way towards anybody? Anybody? Yeah, me too. But then I learned from other people, and I thank the people who've taught me that we can realize if we were in their shoes and feeling the pain and confusion they were feeling, and if we had the traumas and the hurt from their childhood that they had, we'd do the same stuff. And if we did the same messed up, dysfunctional behavior, would we want someone to hurt us and criticize us and talk badly about us behind our back, or even to us? Or would we want a loving parent-like perspective, somebody who cares for us and sees us in hurt, pain and confusion? I know what I'd like. I'd definitely like the second approach of someone caring and loving me like I'm in pain, hurt and confusion, and loving me for where I am on my journey. I'm an immature, hurting child and person in different ways. Love me for where I am. Don't criticize me because I'm not where I'm not. It makes no sense to think someone should be somewhere else. They're not. And I've made this mistake myself, I feel a bit sad that I may have judged others and not understood people. So this will really, really help your human relationships, for sure, and including your romantic relationships, your relationships with your children, your relationships with your parents. Yeah. Thank you, Owen. Laura. Hey, Laura. Riz. The best people are the most useful or helpful for people. Ali and Carla, thank you very much. You're welcome, everybody. Thanks for joining me, and I'll talk to you again another time, okay? I hope you have a nice day. And get out there in nature and move your body, and be patient with yourself with your diet changes. It's a complicated, slow process. Maybe I'll make another video about like diet and habits, addictions, and programming and stuff, and traumas. They're all related to everybody, so from a compassionate and understanding perspective in the future. Okay, so get out in nature and enjoy the sun, everybody.